Hey everyone, Mike, Rocky Ridge Kennel and Loft. Just had the rollers out. They flew for about 10-15 minutes, not long. But they're heavy into the molting season, and I think it's weakening them a little bit. But as you can see, I overfed them yesterday, which I usually do that about once a week or once every 2 weeks. I'll go ahead and overfeed him, second guess myself and say, oh, maybe I'm not feeding him enough, and then this is the result right here. They won't trap, but I mean they'll go in. Plus the other thing is I put a different feeder in there, so they're hesitating because things look a little different inside. Pigeons are creatures of habit, and when you change something, they don't always like it. It's only about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's getting very hot already. My racing pigeons have been out for, let me see, 36 minutes. The way they do it, as soon as I open a door, they're all out, and then I set my timer and I look up, and there's no birds to be seen. They're already out of the area, and they don't come back. You won't see a feather, not from them, for at least an hour. My morning so far, I got Echo over there, that German Shepherd. He's already mated with the female this morning, so I got a beautiful young female that it's her first time, and they mated briefly, so I'll have to mate them again this afternoon. And then if they have success this afternoon, I'll skip a day and do it one more time. Usually with German Shepherds, you want to mate them every other day, and if possible, 3 matings. But I'll take what I get, because inexperienced dogs, the results are not guaranteed. So whatever happens, happens. And then next time around, they'll be experienced, and they'll have a good full litter. He's doing fine. He's a good stud dog so far. 1.5 years old. He's doing well. He'll be mating with Dixie probably within a few weeks. She's going to come in season as well. So all it takes is one to get in there, and then they'll all follow. There we go. It beats me why one bird will go in front of the trap and then defend it. They had a pretty good hawk attack yesterday. I wouldn't think they want to hang around out here. I mean, as long as I'm standing here, nothing's going to happen, but I do have other things to do. These ones here, I didn't breed for color or anything like that. Birds that I can fly, and so far they're pretty decent rollers. Fun to watch, which is all I really want out of them. He's getting to be about 6 months old, and that's his nest mate right next to him. So nest mates always want to pair up for some reason. It's kind of strange, but so over here I've put the satin nets. They're in here now, and the 5 bald head rollers that I got from someone in North Carolina are in here. So I think I got like 20 something birds in here now. See a couple baldies there, and that's my favorite bald head right there. That's a beautiful bird right there. I'm going to try to breed as much as I can from that one next year, so I'm not flying it. But yeah, that's what I have in this loft. And all young birds. They're all young, and I got about 4 or 5 more coming out. So it's been 1 hour and 20 minutes, and they just showed up. So every day they range for roughly about this amount of time. And but today's a little different because as soon as they get home, they're pretty low, and I don't think they're going to fly around too much. Of course, it is really hot, so they might have enough. They need a drink. So yeah, they're really low. I think if I whistle, they'll come right in. So you can block your ears. See how many scan in today. Now these guys are a little bit overfed. Yesterday I just decided to give them all they wanted, and of course a lot of the extra that I gave them was barley, but I did have a few good handfuls of sunflower hearts. So yeah, it looks like they're trapping just fine. I give them plenty of feed today too. As long as they do this, I'm fine with giving them all the feed they want. It's just that when they're in excuse my voice today. It's just that when they're in training, they have to be a little bit on the hungry side before they get their routine down pat. Oh, I wanted to mention, a lot of people were leaving comments saying that their birds don't fly much, and if they're young birds, if they're this year's birds, possibly the problem is in the feed. You'll see I don't use any corn in my feed. Actually, I don't consider corn pigeon food at all. But I make sure the feed is light, about between 13 and 15% protein. And I've mixed it about 50-50 with barley until they're flying good. And then I slowly start eliminating the barley, and so that's where they're at right now. The only barley that's in that feed is what comes in it, which isn't much. You have to keep your birds hungry, on the hungry side, if you want to keep them in the air. It sounds the opposite, that if your birds are well fed, they'll fly longer. But it's not true. Actually, I mean, you got to feed your birds, but the less you feed them, the longer they fly. And of course, within reason. And then once you find a good amount of feed that they're trapping well and they're flying pretty well, then you can adjust from there. And also, you can fly them twice a day. Just cut the feed in half, and make sure they're hungry enough to trap right away when they come down, and that also helps them get in good shape. But it's not necessary, I found. I used to always try to fly twice a day, but when you get them in good shape and they're flying for, you know, an hour, hour and a half consistently, I don't think you need the afternoon flight. And also, I can't fly them in the afternoon anymore anyways because it's just too hot. Even at sunset, it's still too hot. So pigeons don't like barley very much. And once they're done, if they clean this right up, I'll put a whole bunch of barley in here. And if they clean that up, then I know they're hungry. But if they leave it there, if there's a bunch left, like I'll put a whole can of barley, and if there's a half a can left, then I know they've gotten plenty to eat, and they're all set. That's one good way of judging the amount of feed is by using barley. But I'll let them pick this clean, and then I'll add some barley. Actually, they won't need barley today. I can already see that most of them are done eating, and that's the food that they love right there. And when you got birds walking around, drinking, going onto the perch, stuff like that, then you've given them more than enough food. So there's always some that want to overeat, and that's the ones that are eating right now. Look at the muscle on these birds. Look at the breast muscles on those. You can actually see both sides of the muscle on the chest. See, look at that one. They're not overweight. They're all jacked up on muscle. I love to see it like that because I know what they looked like when they were young. Like that little brown and white one over there. That one was very small, and I didn't think it would do much. But now when you look at it, you can see the breast muscles. And for a little bird, it's very powerful, very quick. They're all like that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it, and have a great day.